Hey y'all, what's happening today? Random Andrew coming at you with another roadside cemetery tour here in Elgin County, just outside of St. Thomas. The Kilmartin Cemetery, or Kilmartin Cemetery, to say it more appropriate. Beautiful freaking day for being out here doing this. I mean, that's just how gorgeous it is. I had to throw that freaking in there. This is quite the quaint little cemetery. Decided I wanted to add in, let me get out the wind here. Decided I wanted to add in a cemetery tour video to kind of split up Wyerton Owen Sound tour that I've been slowly posting. Still a couple more videos to go on there. I'm saving not the best for last, but something kind of special for last, and it I think it has a little part to do with St. Thomas. Anyways, today with me on the cemetery tour, I've got Brother Craig.
What's up, guys?
And this Kilmartin Cemetery, it's out on Yarmouth Road here in Elgin County. We're going to show you guys, let's show you proper, other than what you already seen in the intro. And I actually just noticed this first stone in way here actually looks like a part of a headstone block.
Yeah.
Like where they plant the headstone on top of. Yes, vehicle noise. So you guys know Yarmouth Road.
This isn't a main road at all. By all
Well, this guy's just booking. But that's what this road's for, right? Anyhow, Kilmartin Cemetery.
Can't go fast, you might as well stay home.
Now, this is one of the cemeteries where over time they have taken all the headstones from the plots and put them in this little group here. Obviously there's not this many people buried inside of here, but they're all throughout this whole property, and we're gonna have a look and see who's in here and who's still out there. First, let's read us this plaque. Kilmartin Cemetery. His deed to this half acre was given by Hugh Douglas in 1838. A small log church was built on the northeast corner to serve the Scottish Presbyterian settlers of North Yarmouth. Now that northeast corner is right over here. So it used to be a church, just a little log church right there. This church and churchyard were named Kilmartin after a parish in Argyllshire, the homeland of many early members. In 1858, a large white frame church was erected and served until 1905, when St. James Presbyterian Church was built 1 mile north. Just 1 mile north. The white frame church was sold and removed from the property in 1906. So we figured, what the heck, we'd drive up the road a mile and see what is actually here now. And logically speaking, Yarmouth Center Road, right? That's a mile down the road is where we just were. And no, it's not a white frame church like what they said used to be here, which was moved in 1905. It is now a red brick church, a mile away. So this has got to be the same location, just different church. And if we zoom in on that plaque, you see that it says St. James Presbyterian Church, AD 1905. Okay, back to the cemetery tour.
So you can kind of see where the depression in the ground would have been right here.
It's possible. It's kind of nice how it's got the little pillars leading into this.
I like it.
Catherine Riquet, 1883, aged 84 years. And then Duncan and Bella McIntyre. 'Twas sweet to listen to the words that flowed from the dear lips, alas, now sealed in death. I've got Margaret Macmillan, 1880. And Samuel A. Greer, 1937. When you're down in there, that sound, it's nice and reverberating. So we'll start over here with Annabella Buchanan, wife of, what says here, his wife and daughter of W.M. and Annabelle Buchanan. So she was the second.
Most of these are pretty legible today.
So here we have W. Buchanan, 1851. Margaret, daughter of Alex and Marg. So another Margaret, 1872. James Buchanan, 1871. Yeah, a lot of these are actually, like Craig was just saying, very, very readable. We have Mary Buchanan, Got a Margaret Campbell, wife of Alex Buchanan.
Even their art is all.
Yeah, I know.
Still.
In memory of William, son of Joanna Buchanan, 1861. So many family members, all in this one plot here. That's just how it used to be. So we've got another Buchanan here, but it's like the upper half of the headstone's missing, so this was probably a mighty tall one. 1868. And we've got a Duncan and Mary Black, 1863. Catherine Campbell. Wow. Who died October 20th, and that almost looks like it says 1813. That's a fairly old one there.
Wow, 1813? Is that like the oldest one you've seen yet?
No, my viewers know better. What would be the oldest one we've seen so far, you guys? If you guys have been watching the whole cemetery tour here in southwestern Ontario, what is the oldest grave we've seen so far? Or death date? Daniel Black, 1841. There's some more Campbell over here. J.A. Campbell, 1859. Okay, so now we're along onto this whole back wall here. And it's more than it looks like, you know, once you're actually reading each individual one. Archibald Campbell, 1861. John Curtis, or Curtis, C-U-R-T-I-E-S, 1860. Christie, would this be Giles or Gillies, you think? Right here. 1867. This is kind of different. We've got some KBG, which is probably initials for the Giles family here, or Gillis. I'm not sure how it would be pronounced. And then Anne, daughter of Angus Johnson, February 1846. And then there's, in memory of Anne Johnson, native of Kintyre, Argyllshire, Scotland, 1850. Now we've got some weeds and stuff growing up in here. It'd be cool if these were all gone by summer. I'm not sure there's a special procedure with coming out and cleaning these weeds out of places like this. I'm gonna assume this is probably a headstone, but we're not gonna see a date on it. And Catherine, daughter of Angus, 18... Does that say 1847 or 1817? I can't quite tell. I think that's a 47. Yeah, I'm dealing with a bunch of weeds here. Jane, wife of Robert Jeffrey, 1875. Colin McCullum, 1858. Sarah, wow, that's weird. I actually went to school with a Sarah McCullum. 1856. Well, I didn't go to school in 1856. So you can tell, I just kind of want to break from reading off names here to point out how the artwork actually. This one here was a little bit different. Leaf, just regular leaves. And of course, your hand holding a book. Then you've got, I mean, it's either a lamb or a sheep. It's a little spider. Not part of the artwork. A willow tree. And then all the way down to here, got a hand grasping some flowers, maybe some petunias. Petunias? Willow tree. Willow tree. And then we've got willows for a few more. But although they grouped them by family, it still ends up grouping with artwork as well, following that theme. Alright, I'm going to come around this side.
It's all really cool.
Nancy McCullum in 1858. Neil McIntyre, 1861. Archibald. You know, I actually am seeing that name a lot more now. Like, you don't hear it nowadays. Archie or Archibald. I don't know what other short forms would come of that. Why can't I read that? I'm having eye issues here. Son of Neil and Jeanette McIntyre, 1843. Natives of Argyllshire, Scotland. The plaque did say that there was a lot of settlers here from Argyllshire, Scotland. So Janet, daughter of Angus and Margaret McIntyre, 1848. And if we try, can we actually read this bottom here? The old, no, yeah, the old, the young, the middle-aged. It almost looks like it says corpus. To follow in your day. Wow, it's actually very hard to read. I wanted to give it a try anyways. I was kind of using the camera with looking at it. And yeah, it's just to that point. So, Duncan McIntyre, 1845. Again, with trying to read it, I don't know, it's just a thing. Sleep on, sweet babe, and take thy rest. God called thee home, he thought it best. At least it rhymes too. So Angus McIntyre, 1862, and John McIntyre, 1845. Another one that says Argyllshire, Scotland on it. Just thought I'd point that out. Helfer, or Helfoot. A lot of McIntyres too. Continues right over to this wall. The Bible up top, or we got the willow here. A group of leaves. So Hugh McIntyre, 1843, native of Kilmartin Parish, Argyllshire, Scotland. Dugald McLarty. Now that sounds like a theatrical name right there.
Yeah.
1866. John Taxlor. Is that Taxlor or Taylor? That's got to be Taylor. Yeah, that's not an X, that's a Y. So John Taylor. Erected by... Oh, so this isn't his. No. To the memory of Catherine Taylor, his wife. In memory of Euphemia. Now there is a name you don't hear. I actually had a neighbor with that name, I'm pretty sure. She went by Femi for sure. Do you remember Crystal and Femi?
I don't think so.
Well, in case they're watching, hello Crystal and Femi. Yeah, it's Euphemia is an old name. And McKellen, 1853. So Janet McIntyre, wife of Neil McIntyre, Scotland, 1859. I'm trying to avoid my own shadow here. So we're on further. Take a quick look at the art before we read off the names. Some more willows, lambs, and on the very end, if you can see it through these trees. Ow, there's a thorn. Yeah, oh, by the way, look at that fresh green growth on these trees, eh? Gotta love it. This is another willow there, if you guys can make that out. So Margaret, wife of Angus McIntyre. I'm not sure if I read that one or not. Memory of Robert Monroe. You can't see the bottom of it. But look at this. Powell and Sons, London. So this is a piece of another headstone.
Okay.
That obviously they couldn't save the whole thing or something. And they just put it in to help build up the space in the wall. So Duncan, son of Archibald McIntyre, 1860. Also, our little girl who died infantly. Oh, that's sad. So Sarah, wife of Duncan McIntyre, 1864. So native of Argyllshire, Scotland. John McIntyre. Oh, so erected by John McIntyre. Well, it's kind of odd that the person's name who had this built would end up being bigger than the person's name it's actually remembering. Isabella, 1876. So in memory of Mary, daughter of Angus and Mary McIntyre, 1852. This one was actually a fairly large one with the will. Neil McIntyre, 1868. Native of Logan, Argyllshire, Scotland. Did you know there was a Logan in Scotland? Well, there's probably a lot of Logans in Scotland, but Logan, Argyllshire. And memory of Hugh, son of, what's that say? Donald and Christy McIntyre, 1871. So that's going to cover it for all these ones that are in here. This is a very quaint one. If you're not paying attention when you're going down the road, you almost don't even notice it's here. Alright, we have actually 2 more to go check out. I can actually read there's a Smith, and I think a McDonald or a McIntyre over here. Okay, so maybe once I get this out of the way, it'll be easier to point out. We'll just... Okay. Craig is standing roughly right along the front of this row, but you can kind of see there was a row along here, and then right behind him, you can see yet again right up to here, and I mean, all along there. And it would carry through all the way through the back too, I'm guessing. Now they said the northeast corner was where the church was. Obviously it wasn't here then, but somewhere over here is where I'm betting, where the church would have been. I know where north and east are, Craig, come on. McDonald. The dates on it, we've got, I do believe that says 1805. No, I can't be reading that right. 1877. Born 1805. Okay. Kate Innes, wife of Fletcherstein. Oh, that's hard to make out. I don't know why. It's not like it's heavily worn. Actually, if you look right on the proper angle here, I can read it. So, of Port Hope, Michigan, daughter of the late John and Margaret McDonald, 1851 to 1899. That was a lot easier to read. And then Robert Donald, 1842 to 18... Actually, it says died at Issaquah, Michigan. No, Mississippi, U.S. I'll get it right eventually. 1867.
Donald M. Donald.
And what's on this side? There's more on this side. Hugh McDonald. Okay, so I guess we wander back to Smith here.
Gee, that sun feels good.
Oh, it does. And last but most definitely not the least, Smith. Colin Smith, 1863. And Margaret Giles, I'm going to guess that's Giles, 1864. Both natives of Kilmartinshire, Scotland. That's a nice looking stone too. Nothing too fancy, but yet it's going to be here for a long time.
Around there, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Scotland represent.
Well, usually the clover is an Irish symbol, I thought, but it's very decorative regardless of where you're from. And we just noticed for Smith here is a couple of foot markers as well. Well, I noticed the foot markers for over there were all piled up against the headstone itself. These ones here are actually still in place. So this probably makes it a lot easier for them to maintain the lot when they do this, especially if out on their own headstones are falling over, further deteriorating. It makes a bit of sense. So I got to thank you guys for tuning in to this impromptu graveyard tour. Figured what the heck, we'll break up the Wyerton tour just with one graveyard video, because I know a lot of you folks do tune in to see these, and I really do appreciate that. So here we are. If you're not yet subscribed, please smash the subscribe button. By staying subscribed and ringing the notification bell, you can stay up to date and get notified when I release and post new content. As well, share the videos around. I feel that those videos we just did with the cave tours, the Koran ruins tours, they just aren't getting the views they really should, because those are amazing locations. And you know what? The footage did turn out pretty good. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm telling you, it did turn out pretty good. If you haven't seen it, go watch them. You're missing out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon. Video over.